Today, we talk about a very interesting subreddit that just got completely destroyed in one day. Now, I normally like to talk about anime, and that's what I basically do. I talk about anime, but I wanted to talk about this because I just thought it was so interesting, I gotta talk about it. It also has to do with Reddit, and I personally use Reddit quite a lot. I don't use this subreddit, however, it is interesting to see such a big subreddit just completely fumble on itself in a matter of literally hours, like 23, 24 hours, it's gone. So if you don't know, I'm talking about r/AntiWork. Now, the whole movement of this subreddit is basically better benefits for people who work, subpar jobs. I wouldn't say subpar jobs. Basically, people who work jobs that typically get the minimum wage or something along that line, retail, stuff like that, not getting the benefits that they believe they should get, something like that. So I guess it comes from a good heart, they would it's not really like no work at all. It's more like better, being more comfortable in the workplace and such. So I'm sure everyone has seen it, alright, because it was huge. One of the mods of AntiWork went on national television news, like actual TV news, to talk about the subreddit and the movement. Now understand this is one person who is first of all a mod too, not even like a community person, a user, a mod. So already not a very good person to pick for an interview. You'd want to pick somebody who's pretty big in the subreddit, not somebody who just kind of monitors the subreddit, right? Second of all, they are representing 1.7 million people. 1.7 million people represented by just one guy that even the other mods did not, think it was necessary or said don't do this interview. The guy did it to try and represent all these people in a very interesting movement. A movement that most people would probably not agree with based on the name alone. So you can see where it just kind of fumbled, right? Where it just kind of messed up. So let's go over some bullet points as to what occurred because of this interview. I'm not going to go over the interview because there were like thousands of videos talking about the interview and how cringy and bad it was. Just know it was really bad. And here's what happened because of this interview. First of all, the mod embarrassed himself, right? Second of all, other mods were dissatisfied with the interview after telling them not to, and then the mod just started going crazy on defense, right? So some very damaging past conduct that is just wow. We're gonna get into it in a little bit of the mod guy. Another thing that is even crazier. Another rogue mod, not just one, two mods this mod went and did 4 other interviews just like this one, completely slandering this subreddit's name. It is absolutely insane. And another thing, a 16-hour account becomes a moderator here. An account made 16 hours ago becomes moderator for 1.7 million people on AntiWork, and it's believed to be the same guy that went in the interview. I think he got banned, right? They kicked him out from the mods of being AntiWork, and then he just quietly creeps his way back in as this new account and immediately becomes a moderator like in the first 16 hours of making his account. That's suspicious. So let's get into the main topic of this video. Alright, I'm not talking about the interview. Like I said, I'm going to be talking about stuff that came up about the specific person who went in the interview, as well as a few other things about the subreddit in general. So I'm just going to put this up here right now just so you guys can see, because I don't want to really talk about it because it's not exactly monetary safe, or YouTube's not gonna very much like this. But basically, he did a bit of a bad thing that he may or may not have been in a relationship with at the time, and then blamed it on things like being suicidal and having PTSD. Now there is no excuse, like no matter what, for abusing anybody or doing anything like that because of your own personal reasons, right? This is a guy that is being representative of AntiWork, and this dude abused his partner and then blamed it on being suicidal. Like, how are you gonna do that to somebody else and then just be like, oh well, it's because I have PTSD and I'm suicidal? This is just what happened, and I think this is not good. That's what I'm gonna say. That's my opinion. It's not a good thing to happen. And because of what this guy did and that rogue mod and everything coming out, this subreddit got destroyed. It got crashed. I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at this, like, if someone posts anything about it, it's gone in a second. Mods just take it away. Mods are getting crazy with power here. For instance, what I just talked about right now and what I just showed screenshots of on my OBS, all those posts made by people that got many awards, boom, check this out. This post has been removed by the moderators of AntiWork. I was able to get it before it was removed, like I was able to record it and everything, so I have proof of it, but they removed it in like a few hours. I mean, look at this, 7 hours ago. In 7 hours, this post was removed and you cannot see it anymore. The mods, you know what they have to say about this? We like to keep the subreddit active as long as possible. However, the Reddit admins won't look kindly at violence and threats. This was not a violent threat at all. This was just a post talking about how strange it was that the person who went on a bunch of interviews was acting as a spokesperson for mods. So yeah, mods are just trying to, you know, bury this under. They're trying to get this as red as possible. This the mod that had a past of being abusive and also being on this interview, he is getting his place back in the mods without anybody knowing, even though everybody pretty much knows. It is a nightmare, to say the least. So that's what I wanted to talk about, how crazy this is going on, this dude's weird past, and just this entire subreddit made of 1.7 million people gone, like Thanos snapping his fingers, dog. That is so nuts. And I can just tell you right now, this subreddit is not lasting very long, unless the mods like do something to like make it, you know, more of a user experience rather than a, you know, mod experience. People are going to be leaving the subreddit and probably creating their own AntiWork subreddit. But anyway, I hope you all enjoy. Like I said, didn't want to give my personal opinion on all this, just wanted to talk about how crazy this is. Thank you all so much for watching, and I mean, if you could subscribe and like, you know, I'd appreciate it. It doesn't have to happen, you know what I mean? Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Oh, and follow me on Twitch and go watch, because I stream all the time. I do some cool stuff on there. See ya.